not
trying
true.
to expose Isaac real quick.
No. I'm saying like the time where like I think what was it during the party chats? Every time I said fanboy, I thought I was saying fat boy or some shit.
Oh no.
It's because Josh would call me.
No, let's clear it. He will say femboy to me or to anyone else, and this guy took it as fat boy.
Listen how Josh says fanboy. Hey, shut up. Listen to how Josh says fanboy. Josh, say fanboy right now.
Hold on. Before anything, the funnier thing is he will say my little femboy. So
He would say my little boy twink.
Julian will think it's my little fat boy twink.
Josh, say fanboy right now. No. Wait, just say it in a sentence. Hey, say I love fanboys.
Welcome back to another episode of the Looney Goons podcast. Today with me and Juju, we got the boy Isaac in the house. What's up, gang?
Yeah, what's up? I'm like nonchalant.
So we're redoing a guest episode with Isaac since now we got my boy Juju in the house for once. Now we actually have a 3-man setup.
Threesome.
Oh, so he can say it, but I can't.
Threesome on 3. 1, 2, 3. Threesome. 1, 2, 3.
Anyways.
Yeah, but
Get out of here.
I'm definitely gonna tell.
Going out of my face.
I'm definitely gonna show this to Fine Shit and be like, yeah, that was me right there. That guy right there, that was me.
Oh, yeah. You want to see what I do on the side with the homies? Yeah, this is what. Hey, don't worry. You can get all the girls with this one. Show up the clip.
Yeah.
All right. So I know for sure one big thing that's been going on lately that I know you are excited to get into. I don't know if you want to get into quite yet.
Star Wars.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith was out in theaters recently, right? I don't know if it's still out.
We released 20-year anniversary. Woo.
Yes, bro.
Congratulations, George Lucas.
We need him back.
Yep.
Do you think he's ever gonna?
I don't know.
You know, I just think he needs help because
I don't know, cause okay, let's be real.
Mhm.
We all like Revenge of the Sith because of the Clone Wars, and the Clone Wars wasn't made by George Lucas. That was made by Dave Filoni. Right? So I feel like we just need people who actually.
he's in the running. Dave Filoni's in the running to become president, right? It's between him and John Favreau, who did The Mandalorian.
Oh, bro, Mandalorian is goated. I haven't seen season 3, and people are saying it's bad.
It's a lot of filler. It's like a lot of like one-off, like
word.
yeah.
This is the way.
So I wanted to ask, well, mainly Isaac, I guess, or I don't know, maybe Josh can put his inputs. But I wanted to ask you what you think your preferred watch order is to get somebody into Star Wars, like somebody who doesn't know anything about Star Wars, just showing them either something from the original trilogy or something from the prequels. What would you start with?
Any movie?
Sure.
Any movie.
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Rogue One?
Easily.
Dude,
Easily.
that's actually a really good answer because that's a really good movie.
Yeah, because, bro, okay. I like A New Hope, but most people can't actually watch it and appreciate the art because they're like, dude, this was made, what, in 1960s, 1970s?
1970s.
And then, like, there's no, like, yeah, for me, it holds up. But for some people, they're like, the dialogue is a little clunky and all that. But I'm like, understandable. And then Empire Strikes Back is good, but you know, it's a good movie, but I don't think it's a good standalone movie. Return of the Jedi, I doubt it because most people see it as like your typical kid. Oh, the good guy wins.
The good guy wins in the end.
The villain became a good guy. And then prequels, I mean, they're hit or miss. They're such a hit or miss. Literally.
It just depends on who you show it to.
Yeah. And it's just because of the CGI.
So I'm asking mainly because I just showed my girlfriend Star Wars for the first time. So she liked it. She liked it a lot.
Shout out to her.
Shout out Stephanie.
Go.
So I
my favorite cereal.
yeah, she is. No, I didn't hear what you said. I was like,
bonus.
I was like, why did you like cut me off?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's because I showed her what? I showed her episode 4 first.
Interesting.
I showed her A New Hope first. But and then so Revenge of the Sith is coming out in theaters. So I was like, okay, perfect time to show her the prequels and then take her to the movies to watch Revenge of the Sith.
Uh-huh.
So I start The Phantom Menace, and she's like, "Oh my god, why did you not start with this one?" And I was like, "What?" Like,
Really?
I was like, "What?" Because I was like, I don't even think you're gonna like the first one or the second one to even make it to the third one, which is, in my opinion, the second best Star Wars movie.
Really? Second?
Maybe first. Oh,
Really? For me, it's first. Childhood.
it
That's
really could be first for me. Like, the more I watch it, the better it gets.
Honestly, I'm just a clone sucker. I'm not gonna lie. I love the clones. I mean, Captain Rex, Commander Cody, 91st Division, all the other stuff. I love it. Go on.
So I was super surprised, and I had this order recommended to me by another one of my friends named Harvey.
Mm.
He was like, show them the original trilogy first, and then show them how Darth Vader became Darth Vader. Show them the prequels second.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes sense because they might not even want to watch the rest of the movies if they don't like the first one or the second one, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have they're not really into Star Wars because they're too long, too boring, too political because they start with episode 1 or episode 2.
Yeah. Oh man. Especially, I will definitely say episode 1. Episode 2 is mystery, but I told this to my homeboy Alvaro, and it's just like it's trying to do too much. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Me and him, we like episode 2 more than episode 1 purely because we view that movie with the respect of the others. We know episode 2 is good because, well, episode 3, it connects with episode 3, and it's the after episode 1. And we're big Star Wars fans, so we watched the Clone Wars. But if you haven't watched the Clone Wars, don't even know about episode 3, episode 1 is easily better. Like a standalone movie. It's a
Mhm.
better movie. It has a understandable plot. You watched it, you enjoyed it. Episode 2 is kind of like, who the hell is this guy? Wait, why is there so many Jedi? Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah. So I kind of
I was telling
understand.
her, I was like, that's Kit Fisto.
And then that guy,
That's Johnny Money.
But
I'm not gonna lie to you. The only thing that really got me into Star Wars was the Clone Wars. Like all the movies and stuff, I watched like very little of them. So like everything you are telling me, I'm like dead ass taking notes in my
But
head.
it was really cool, especially like growing up. I don't know. I had cable, but I never was able to watch like the Clone Wars like from beginning to end or watch a whole arc because it was like it was on the TV and I was busy on the weekends. I was busy after school. Like I was never able to watch the whole arc, and I was like, "Holy shit, Darth Maul is in this? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Randomly, I saw him.
yeah.
He had like robot legs, and I was like, "What the shit?
Yeah.
I
He's
never
alive?"
I never had cable. It wasn't until my sister started paying for Netflix, and Netflix at the time had the Clone Wars.
I remember, yeah.
And
That's awesome.
I watched all of it, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
love the Clone Wars.
That's the way I watched it. I
Me
just straight
too.
off of Netflix.
Yep. Now you can only watch it on Disney Plus. But
I hate Disney Plus. Like, I hate Disney Plus's user interface. Like, it's so slow. Netflix is just so superior. Like their I don't know, just their connectivity.
Mhm.
Like it's so smooth.
the HUD and all that. Yeah,
It's so smooth.
I know what you mean.
Dude, did you hear about the thing? Like sorry, this is kind of off topic, but like supposedly how if you have Disney Plus, you can't sue Disney if something happens to you at their like theme park or whatever.
Oh, I have heard of that.
Yeah,
I haven't.
It's part of their terms or whatever. When you do an agreement, when you get the subscription with Disney Plus, it's like, oh, if you ever go to like Disneyland or whatever, like their little parks or whatnot, and something happens to you, like you get an injury or like, if you even die, like you can't sue the company.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's part of the terms that you agree that you cannot sue the company if anything happens to you.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Disney.
you could.
No, that you couldn't. Yeah. I found
Wow.
that I was like, that's crazy. Again, if you don't read between the lines, you won't ever know.
And there's so much reading. Well,
Yeah.
I've never read one of those.
Me neither. Never will probably.
Right?
But yeah, no.
I've never even started to read those, like the
Mhm.
user agreement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on. Okay, now let's come back
Yeah.
because
Oh.
okay, the final answer, Rogue One. That's it. Cool.
Mhm.
What about Yatsu?
Honestly, for me, since what drew me in was like the Clone Wars, like the
But that's
show.
not a movie though.
Yeah, I know that's not a movie, but again, I haven't really watched the movies like thoroughly enough. Like again, this was like kid me. This was like 9, 10. Watched it here and there in the movies, or like when I was on my Tias and they had cable or something.
Yeah.
So I watched very little clips of them. So I haven't seen them fully through. And the last time we tried to watch it, we were half asleep.
That's true.
So I can't really say for sure. And I haven't even seen the full trilogy to actually give a for sure answer yet. So I can't really say anything.
Okay. We'll leave it.
Yeah.
Not answered. What about you?
I feel like I really like the answer for Rogue One, but I have to go with episode 1. I have to go with The Phantom Menace because um like if I had shown my girlfriend that one first, she wouldn't have known that Anakin was going to become Darth Vader. And it would have been I feel like it would have been a pretty big twist, but even like whenever you're pulling it up on Disney Plus, like it says like for episode 2, I remember it said Anakin and Padme slowly fall in love, and I was like, oh my god! I would tell her like close your eyes, close your eyes. Like I'm gonna put the movie on, but close your eyes because it literally spoils it right here.
Yeah, that is definitely
Oh
something.
wait, you talking about when they do like the beginning credits or whatever?
No, no, no.
No.
Like kind of the description of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
like it will show you like the details, a summary of the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I really don't. I don't really don't like that, like Disney Plus or any other place like
Okay, I
does
know
that.
Netflix does that, but you have to go like to like a little category, right, where the description is.
No, well, at least on my PlayStation, it's just like in the top left corner whenever
Yeah.
you're about to hit play.
Oh, okay.
It'll
Yeah.
show a description, but
Yeah.
for this one, it was kind of like, damn, like I told her, I was like, this movie, the second one's a little bit more about love. And she was like, who does Anakin fall in love with? Like after the first one. And I was like, well, he called Padme an angel.
I wonder who, man.
But,
The signs.
I don't know. I just didn't like that it spoiled it. Like
Yeah.
me showing her the fourth one first, but obviously it would spoil it.
So episode 1,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's interesting.
Honestly,
Well,
it was
I
really
guess
because she liked it so much. I was like, damn, I really wish I would have showed you this sooner.
I, I would say like episode 1, it's just because of the politics. Some people don't like it. It's just yeah, it's literally the whole
I feel
summary.
like the people that don't like it because of the politics, they're probably just
They just don't like
not the
politics.
smartest.
Yeah, they
Like,
just
they
don't
just
like
don't know what
politics.
they're talking about.
Yeah, just because the whole thing is just federation. Oh, why is the federation doing this? Why is this route doing this? Why is the there was still no separatists, so yeah, it was just trade federation, just doing like tariffs and blockades and
Yeah.
stuff. So I mean, if you're not interested in that, then yeah, you're not gonna like episode 1. Episode 4, it's kind of political, but it's more of a heroic thing. It's your typical young farmer who is nothing, builds up to something, and defeats the bad guys.
He's Ronald Reagan.
Blows up the Death Star. But yeah, no. So I think it kind of just depends on the person. But definitely Rogue One is like easily its mission with the politics slash like just the adventure. Honestly,
Gotcha.
if you don't want to watch the trilogies, go watch Rogue One, and that's actually gonna hook you into Star Wars. Bro.
Mhm.
Rogue
Matter of
One's
fact,
good.
yeah, go watch Rogue One. After this, go watch Rogue One.
Stay up all night, do all nighter, watch them all.
Again.
Okay. Attempt to, I guess.
Anything else?
I was gonna ask you. So, you know how like different lightsabers stand for different things, at least from my understanding. So, like,
They can.
Now
Well,
they do. Now they do, yeah.
I thought they've been for different things.
Okay, so the
before
original
Disney.
yeah. Well, no, not really. Okay, so the original reason there was even a different color is because the blue lightsaber for so okay, in episode 6, Luke Skywalker was actually gonna have a blue lightsaber.
Mhm.
But again, he in the beginning of the movie, he's kind of in front of the sky, which is blue. So you kind of wouldn't see the lightsaber. So they were like, you know what? For visual, let's make it green, noticeable and distinguishable from the sky. So you can actually see where he's swinging his sword around. And yeah, honestly, that's kind of like the whole reason. Then they added the whole like, oh, the blue means that you're more into techniques, more
Yeah.
into the sword fights. Okay, you're more technical
Yeah.
with the fighting. But green means you're stronger with the force. You're more intertwined. That's why if you watch episode 2, you see Anakin with a green lightsaber because he's strong with the force.
Yeah.
And then you see him get a new lightsaber, which is blue because he lost to Count Dooku and he got
Trained.
obsessed with like, oh,
The
I
sword
want to
play, right?
become the best. Yeah, the swordsman. I
Yeah.
want to become better in techniques and all that. That's why he's very aggressive. That's why it's kind of poetic that he's like he learns, I forgot which stance it is, but he learns a certain stance that's very aggressive, and Obi-Wan learns the stance for full defense. So it's kind of really poetic.
Because that also plays off of like Battlefront 2, right? Or like their playstyles or something like that.
Yeah, Obi-Wan has more stamina so he could block. So your strat usually is to use your abilities when you can, but once you're done with that, it's just constantly block. And Anakin is be aggressive,
Yeah,
use your abilities to get really close so you could do as much damage as you can. So yeah,
yeah. Because his perks, I think, also build off of that too.
yes,
Yeah,
hmm
I remember something like that. Again, it's been a while since I played the game, which they need to revive, please.
dude, I got 953 hours on that
That's
thing.
insane.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Have
On
you maxed
any
out?
game.
Have you maxed out all your characters too on it, or what?
They're still not fully maxed out. They're like in level 100 or level 400, level 700.
And
Oh,
there's
okay.
people with like higher level than you too, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
definitely.
pretty insane.
Yeah, no, dude. Oh man, I remember my peak era when I could just hop into a match. Oh, they're losing. Say less. Boom, I won. And nowadays I can't do that. I just walk in and I'm like, gosh, how do you do the movement again? What are the perks? Oh my gosh, I haven't played this in a while.
Okay, so what I was trying to get with the lightsabers, I was gonna ask y'all. So for each one of us, what type of lightsaber would that person have?
I think it just depends. Like, okay,
Because
Like,
I have
what
the
would you want
meanings.
to be?
I have the meanings pulled up just in case, and I was gonna read them off to y'all real quick, and then from there y'all can kind of decide for like each one of us, like who do you think would have it?
you know what? Yeah, read the.
I say okay. So the green one, it says often associated with the Jedi counselors, who are skilled and disciplined in seeking harmony and balance. So
But more closer to the
yeah,
force.
closer
Yeah.
to the Force. Blue, common among Jedi guardians, symbolizing justice and loyalty, and often wielded by those who are committed to peacekeeping. So I guess like the fighters,
They're
the
more. Yeah.
warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yellow,
That's for temple guards.
yeah, wielded by Jedi temple guards and some, yeah.
Speak
But
of the
I'm
master.
trying to
This is more
see.
just for me, bro.
Yeah, guardianship and protection.
Yeah.
That's it.
What
Yeah.
about purple? I'm trying to be drippy like Mace Windu.
Purple.
All right, let me see.
Honestly, it, I already know what I was gonna say. The technical is that it's so perfect that it's balanced between light and dark, and he could use both sides, and yeah,
Purple.
yada
Yeah.
yada.
Purple.
It says balance
Yeah.
between the dark side and the force. And red, I'm pretty sure we all
It's
kind of
dark
guessed.
side.
Yeah, dark side.
And then-
Aggressive, power, obsessive,
And then YA just means you
purity,
purify.
neutral, and healing bled crystal.
Yep, you purify the crystal.
There's a black one supposedly.
The red one. The
That
red one you
one-
made the crystal bleed, right?
That's the
Yes.
Mandalorian
You-
one.
So the kyber crystals are actually alive, and
Yeah.
when you get them, if you put too much hatred and actually like, yeah, it's almost like you're grabbing a person, and you're just beating them up until they start bleeding, and once they start bleeding, that's when you make them into a Sith saber.
Yep.
And what's it called? Oh, the black one you said. So that one is for
Dark
Mandal-
saber. The
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, the
That's the
Mandalorian
Mandalorian.
blade.
And that one was made out of special materials. It really just means you get to rule Mandalore. That's it.
Mhm.
That nothing too crazy.
And then there's
That'd
an
be badass,
orange
too.
one supposedly too. I did not know about that one.
Honestly,
It says those and Jedi Fallen Order.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a color. It's just a color thing.
Mhm.
It's not an actual thing that people use.
The orange one.
Yeah.
Associated with self discovery.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I guess.
I don't
all
think
right.
pick that one.
Realistically, they only did it because of the game
Okay.
for
Hmm.
choices, appearances.
I have to assume. I feel like you would probably have a green one. Well, honestly, I don't know because I feel like you're more of a balanced out person.
Am I?
Kind of.
I think I don't think I'm too crazy. Honestly, it's because damn, you gotta be like strong with the force. You gotta be like Yoda slash Anakin Luke Skywalker level, like with the force. You know what I'm saying? Well, I would say more Luke Skywalker and Yoda because, bro, just meditating constantly. Like, I gotta perfect myself. I gotta like,
Oh yeah.
a religious guy. I can't fight, guys. Come on.
So like monk style, basically.
Yeah, basically that's what they are. And blue, I don't see myself as an aggressive person, as someone that's like, oh, I want to be
Oh,
in
yeah, no.
combat, I want to fight people. Nah, I don't get the arms for it. And purple, I mean, I'm not light and dark. I'll probably say Jedi Temple, the yellow one,
Yellow ones?
honestly, just because it's like those are just made for neutrality. Just they're close.
Do you
they're-
think you'd probably say more white then instead of that? Because white or yellow, that's more of a guardian, protector type of lightsaber. I think that's what he said for.
Only reason I don't say it is just because okay, maybe if I was given a white lightsaber, yeah, sure, but obtaining one, bro, that means I had to defeat a Sith or rob his saber, and then I gotta get the kyber crystal, and then I gotta purify it and
Yeah.
heal it to the point where it's like, okay, now it's white, now it's clear, and I get to use it. That's too much for me.
No, I'm saying like you get a lightsaber, and this is the color it turns into because it describes you.
Okay, if we're going based off that, then
Yeah.
yeah, I guess
Like I know there's like lore and everything
Purification.
around each
Yeah.
crystal and stuff like that, but
Mm.
I'm saying which one describes you the best. That's what I was trying to say.
Describes me the best though.
Or like that would represent
Shit,
you in a way.
I just want a purple one though.
it's the coolest one, bro.
Yeah, it looks-
Samuel,
it is, yeah.
as Samuel L. Jackson said.
I think I like the purple one or the blue one.
For yourself, that describes you?
I'm not aggressive either though. So
That's what I'm saying.
I'd like to think purple. I'd like to think so. I kind of
That,
like,
that you have the perfect balance.
not perfect.
Well, I guess that's what the purple one stands for. You have the perfect balance between aggressive.
I'd probably have a blaster, bro. I wouldn't even have a lightsaber. Fuck.
Definition of, hey, bro, on day I'm a good boy. At night I'm a freak. Actually, no, that does suit you. Yeah, no, dude. You know what? I'm gonna leave it as I think I'm gonna stick to my answer. Temple guard.
Temple guard?
Just yellow. Just because those are just made just to protect.
Yeah, just protectors.
It's kind of like a firearm.
Yeah.
It's just there to protect.
Yeah.
So I'll go with that. No.
Which one do y'all think would describe me then?
Blue
Blue?
instantly,
Really? Mm,
bro.
Blue,
you're,
yeah, I'm
you're gonna
feeling
join.
blue.
You're gonna go join the Marines.
that's true. Yeah. but-
Also, come on, let's be real. You like to spar with people.
Yeah.
You enjoy that hustle. You enjoy the
I
training.
don't know. Like I hate saying that I enjoy that though. Cause
Why
like
is that?
because like I don't know. I don't like saying the fact that like oh I enjoy like bringing pain to others type of thing.
Well, not pain. I mean, it's more.
It's more like building
that's
yourself.
Yeah, it is like building yourself, but the way you have to test yourself is against another person, which then you cause harm a bit.
But I mean them more as a duel.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like, okay, boxing. Yeah, you're gonna hurt them, but at the end of the day, it's a duel. You know?
It's
Yeah.
more like iron
Like,
sharpens
you're
iron.
hitting each
Yeah,
other.
I know that, but I don't know. Like a part of me feels kind of bad. 'Cause I'm like, damn.
I mean, bro, when you go to
I feel better. I feel stronger, but at times I just kick this dude.
he says that he says that now, but once he joins the Marines, he's gonna be like, nah, bro, this guy wanted to fight me, and I had to do it.
Also,
But we both learned a lesson. So that's why I see you as blue, because it's more of you enjoy the techniques. You enjoy like, okay, I like
Yeah.
working out. I like doing all this. Blue.
Mm.
Purple, not really. I don't see you as like this guy who out of nowhere just taps into the dark side. Mother.
I don't know, because I don't know. I could be really aggressive and mean though.
But are you
But
constantly?
no, I'm
Bro,
not
Samuel L. Jackson will pull that instantly.
That's true. Yeah.
We're talking about the guy that said English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
I love that scene.
But yeah, no, I definitely see you as blue. What about you? What do you see him?
I think blue too.
Right.
Blue too?
Blue. I see you as blue.
Okay.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What do you think about Alvaro though?
Instantly green.
Is it green? Alvaro, you gotta tap in the comments and let us know if you agree or not.
He's not a spiritual. He's not too close to spiritual, but he definitely is someone who's like respectable, where he keeps his peace. He's
He's
he does his
very
thing.
balanced. Yeah.
But he's not someone who's into combat. He's not into like defense like me. I see him as force,
Yeah.
So Alvaro would disagree with me. I know you want to.
He's gonna be like, no,
He loves to
no,
argue
I
with
choose
me.
white. I choose white. Or
I choose purple because it's cool. And me too, bro.
I want to Mandalore.
I don't know. Wasn't there like something inside the Mandalorian movie where they said like the black saber is stronger than all the other sabers or something like that?
It's not stronger, and it's not. Yeah, it's not a movie, but it's not stronger. It's the same as any other saber.
Oh, okay.
It's just the way it's made. It's just so unique. It actually looks like a blade that can cut through things. And it was made by the only Jedi, only Mandalore that became a Jedi. So that, or in itself is already crazy. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not powerful.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. There's only been one Mandalorian out of all the Mandalorians.
I'm not gonna touch too much. This is the final word, and move on to the next topic. There's a whole Mandalore war between literally Mandalorians and Jedis for like hundreds of years.
Oh yeah, I do remember hearing something about
Matter
that.
of fact,
Yeah.
the whole reason they even got this armor is because of Mandalorians.
Yep.
And the Old
yeah.
Republic,
Yeah.
same thing.
I want
That's a whole lore. Let's go into the next one.
to.
It's in a Star Wars for a year.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a geek, bro.
Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry.
Touch it.
Oh, so another topic I want to talk about. Did y'all see how about like the Katy Perry space travel?
I have not.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I have, but I have not.
I've seen it, but I didn't look into it too much. I heard like nobody likes Katy Perry anymore because she's like a bad person, something like that.
I don't know about a bad person, but I think she's like some people theorize that she's part of those cults or whatnot.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Scientology or something.
I don't know about Scientology. I don't. Again, I'm just saying. That's what I've heard that people think. Because like, if you look at their logo, like on their spacesuits or whatever, their logo itself, if you turn it upside down, it's like the face of Ba, which is like a demon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Ball.
Yeah.
The buff. Nah, I'm playing.
And so there's that. That's the theory that's going around. Like that's like a whole thing, where it's like actually a cult and all that. That's actually went up there. Well, went up there. And another thing too, they're saying that the whole reason why they did that is because Katy Perry's like tour tickets or whatever is supposed to be coming out soon. Like all her tickets aren't selling well.
Damn.
And so yeah, it's supposed to be like kind of like a money grab. So everybody was like, at least their whole team were like panicking and all that, and they decided to put that together, and that completely backfired as
For
well.
people to be like, oh yeah, Katy Perry, she's still alive. You should go see her.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, but even it made it even worse. Then like their ticket sales even went further down. So
Damn.
like, no, like hardly anybody's buying her tickets for her
Dude.
tour.
What I saw was a slideshow on TikTok, and it was like, it was like a little picture, like a little picture slideshow
I don't know why that's so funny.
animation. It was like this couple, and they just had this newborn baby,
Mm.
and it's the dad is like, oh, don't worry, honey, I'll pull a few extra shifts, and hopefully you can pull a few extra hours from the diner. And she stops him, and she's like, don't worry, honey, we'll get through this. And then you hear whoosh, and then they're like, oh my god, what was that? And then it pans to the rocket ship, and it's all the fucking white ladies in the fucking rocket ship. They're like, we're fucking rich.
The hell? That's crazy. I haven't seen that, honestly. You probably got to see me that later.
Oh, I will.
Right now you sound insane.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then supposedly like the windows itself around the ship, like you can't go to space with those type of windows because of how like compressed space is, and like the pressure and everything would actually make the windows kind of shatter. That's why the space or the windows they have like, on the actual space station ships and all that, they're very little, and like they're only enough just so you can get like a view out, and that's it.
So they're thinking maybe they faked it.
Yeah, that's what the theory is, that the whole thing is completely staged and faked. And I think it's funny enough, whenever they had landed, there's no scorch marks or anything like that. Like if you see actual like footage whenever astronauts come down, like the whole ship is burnt and everything. They're actually like very in dazed, like because again, that's a huge like a bunch of what is it called, turbulence and stuff like that you're facing. So
Question.
yeah,
Did she actually go to space, or did she go to the atmosphere, like the highest level of the atmosphere?
I don't even think she even went like out of the atmosphere or anything.
Because that will actually make sense. Like if she's like really close to being space, kind of like our satellites that, yeah, they're technically in space, but they're close enough to be in the gravity, so they're technically not in space. It's just another layer of the atmosphere. Maybe she was there, so that would kind of make sense. But I have seen, I did kind of like, I have seen at least one post where people are like, "Oh, it was open from inside. You can't open it from inside."
Yeah,
I
that.
have seen that.
So like they were like recording it,
Look at
and
me
that they
lying.
also saw like somebody from inside opens it by accident, and then they're like somebody panics and like tries to get them to close it real quick before the camera caught it. It was already too late. Yeah.
Burn.
So they're already freaking out about that.
Why are you laughing?
What's so funny, man?
Anyways,
You didn't have those kids in class before?
No.
No.
I
We're so funny, man.
We had a kid like that in my college class. It was kind of funny.
college,
Yeah, bro. That's a story for after this.
A community college, dude.
bro. No one talks in my classes, bro. They're all just.
Well, it's automotive, so it's all group projects and
okay.
stuff. So
I got fucking calculus. They all look at each other. Did you do number 2? I failed it. How did you get that equation? I used this one. Oh my god, bro. It's a mess.
bro, sound like he'd be suffering.
I do, bro. Half of the time I'm just like, okay, you know what? ChatGPT. I'm not gonna lie, because I check my shit and I'm like, okay, just to make sure I did it right. ChatGPT. Okay, I did it good. I did. And then the next question. Oh, what the fuck? I got it wrong.
Let's just start with ChatGPT.
It's a hit or miss with that shit.
That would be the worst whenever you're off by like a decimal. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh, man. Not even decimals, bro. Just because depending on the radian degrees, depending on what the teacher wants from you, equations, equivalents, all that. I honestly don't.
If I was saying, I don't want to talk
Half
about
of
it
the
no more.
time I just look at it and I'm like, okay, keyword. I go check on the book. Whatever. But anyways, next topic.
Sorry. So I had this other. I brought it up earlier. You want to talk about the group chat? What happened?
What?
No,
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
the arc.
Oh my
Oh, dude, I don't know
God.
what you're talking
Bro,
about.
this guy got mad at me.
Oh, you want to talk about that? I got mad.
This guy got
I
mad
was
at
talking about the actual thing, but I said, do you want to talk about that too? What happened inside the group chat?
before anything. This guy got mad at me, and I'm just like,
I didn't get mad at you, anybody.
Yes,
I
he
got mad
did.
at everybody.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
yo,
did.
Yo, I was like,
Yes, he
I know
did.
what you're talking about, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Because he said, he's just, I don't remember.
He
He
just
just said
texted what arc, and I was like, what do you mean what arc? And then I didn't see that he responded, but he didn't like reply to me because we're in a group chat. He didn't reply to me after a few people texted. He put like I put that on accident, but I didn't know he was
I didn't say
talking
that.
about
I
that.
said, so after I had sent that, somebody like questioned it, and I was like, sorry, I'm driving right now, and I had just came up with this topic for later, and that's why I texted it there. And then I don't think Julian saw that. A couple texts later,
Bro,
what
oh my
arc?
God.
What arc?
What do you mean arc?
And-
Why did you say arc?
yeah, okay. And my understanding is, okay, maybe he doesn't know what an arc is, and he's all like, "What? You think I'm stupid?" And then he's all like, "Bro, we talked about this already. I told you." And then, and then we all looked at him like, "Bro, why you yelled at me?"
He was like, why did he say that in the text message? I finally replied to it. I was like, bro, I said why.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, what's up?
Yeah, sorry.
This guy-
So what I was gonna ask y'all, so you know how like how arcs work, obviously. So I
Uh-huh.
was gonna ask you, so what part? So in your life, what arc are you on right now?
Currently, as of right now, just because I'm about to finish my classes, definitely gonna be hitting music art.
Really? So like kind of like your training arc, then? Would you say into music?
Less about training, just because I mean practice is always gonna be there, but more on getting repertory. I need to learn more songs. Gosh, Lee, man, there's so many songs. Every day, not every day, but my bad. Every week, there's always at least 6 songs I don't know, and that's me on going only 2 gigs. I can't even imagine going to a restaurant. People ask hella corridos, hella norteñas, hella rancheras I have never fucking heard, and I'm just there like.
Do, do, do you
Yo no
think,
sé esa canción.
do you think like no to the songs that like people ask you
I
for
do.
commonly?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, dude, there's so many. There's
What would you say is the most common song that people ask mariachi to play?
instantly mm, off the bat, Hermoso Cariño, El Rey, um, Caminos de Guanajuato, Caminos de Michoacán, and if we're going to boleros, then things like simple as Gema,
What about like Amor Eterno?
people do ask for it, yeah. Yeah. Oh my
So
gosh.
are
For
those
me, it's
songs that they
weird.
ask you for that you do know or you don't know?
Those are songs I do know.
Oh, okay. What about
Uh,
songs that you don't know? They be
Oh
frequently
my
asking.
gosh, there's so many, bro. Well, I finally learned.
Well, like
Cruce Madero.
once you figure out like, damn, they asked for this one a lot, you probably try to learn it, right?
I try my best, yeah. Like, dude, I gotta go look for a video. If not a video, I gotta listen to a recording. And I'm like, okay, cool.
You can't look
What
up the
key is
notes
it?
and stuff like that for it?
Yeah, you can, but at
Okay.
times there's like, okay, ooh, that's not the right version, or ooh, it's like it's in a different key, and I know I can transpose it, but I'm like, bro, it's kind of a hassle.
Yeah.
So, dude, it's just you know what? I'm just gonna leave it at this. It's a lot. There's a lot of songs, and honestly, it's just you rather know them or you don't. And my final take is I'm in an arc where yeah, I'm just trying to get my repertory, learn songs, hear more songs, all that type of a song.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that sounds like training arc.
It sounds like training, but
Yeah.
it really isn't because it's like okay, your training should actually be execution. How is your tonguing? How is your scales? Do you understand what this is? You know, do you understand what how to transpose and all that? That's training. Once it comes to repertory, yes, it's training, but it's more of okay, it's almost like, okay, you've been practicing boxing. Now you're putting yourself in the ring. Now you're trying to test all those moves that you've been practicing. You've been hearing or
Yeah.
seeing. Now you got to put them in practice. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna get down. Sometimes you're gonna win. Sometimes you're not.
Yeah.
That's basically how it's gonna. Of course, less physical, as you can tell, but that's actually okay. This is my final thing. Plus, from all the mariachi stuff, I already told this guy, I promise him, the moment I'm done with my finals, he could start blowing up my phone and be like, bro, let's go to the gym. So I'm gonna start hitting the gym with this fool.
He's already said it. So
Yeah.
I'll talk about that a
Yeah.
little bit later. But yeah.
What
Anyways,
about you, Josh?
I feel more of an like I'm going on a self enlightenment, like arc. I guess you could say.
Self enlightenment.
Yeah.
He a hoe. Nah,
Pause.
pause.
Nah. Honestly, I'm not even like looking for anything like that. Honestly,
Playing, bro.
no, I'm just saying this in general because I feel like some people are gonna get that messed up with my whole situation going on. But like,
Your whole situation.
no, not whole.
I'm fucking with you, bro.
I'll let you. Chill. Nah. But yeah, yeah, my situation in general, like I feel like people kind of get that twisted, like, oh, you're trying to go whole out, and this and that. Like, no, I'm honestly just trying to work on myself. Like, I'm trying to dead as is better myself. Like, that's all I'm been focused on. And I feel like I've been working on it a lot. I've been feeling more enlightened. I feel more happier. I feel like I'm starting to. Okay, this is gonna sound corny as fuck, but like I'm finally starting to love myself a little more.
Bro, be like, guys, I love myself.
I at least love myself enough to be honest with myself to like, okay, hey, bro,
I'm
We've
a
been-
fat piece of shit. Nah,
low key, like
I'm a fucking piece of shit.
like low key, some night, like some days where I just be here chilling in bed, where I'm like, dude, I just ate a fucking combo earlier, and now I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, we had dead as like have like hours we could go work out to the gym to cut that down a bit. Let's go.
Be happy, bro. I'm down bad. I be going full like 2 combos, and I'm like,
For real.
low key, bro.
Low key, time to nap.
But
Low key, time to hop on the game.
I've been forcing myself to not nap because I'm like, damn, bro, that's really messing. me up.
Yeah, it messes up your sleep schedule
It
actually a lot.
does.
Yeah.
Nah,
But-
it doesn't mess that up. It's just like, damn, I gotta be doing something, bro. Because God,
Yeah,
man.
there's
No,
always
I
something you could
think
be
from
doing.
what I heard in apps, like actually mess up your sleep schedule in a way that after you wake up from your nap, you're actually more tired than you were before.
It depends.
That's from what I heard. I don't know if that's actually true or not. Or for
I
which
feel like
situation.
sometimes you wake up in a bad mood, dude.
I don't.
After your nap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't. You know what? I'm not gonna talk about nothing about sleep. That I kind of know something about it because of someone, but I don't want to talk about that.
Bro, say not the memories. But yeah, again, as I was saying, I think if I had to name what type of arc I'm running on, I think I would say more again a self improvement arc
Type.
Yeah, because again, I feel like I let myself fall so hard, like when it came to training, my mental, just everything. When it just came to everything, like in general, like I feel like I was no longer me. So I'm glad I'm finally working out and becoming me again, focusing on who I am.
That shit.
Yeah. But what about you, Juju?
I feel like right now I'm learning.
He's a young.
You learning?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like right now I'm learning. I'm going to school to be an electrician.
Mhm.
So I need Isaac here to teach me about Ohm's law.
Oh fuck. Oh nah. Ohm's law is not too hard.
I saw you repost something about it, and I was like, yeah, I need him to teach
Yeah.
me that. But I feel like a lot of people are like always in a stage
yeah.
of life where they're learning because you can't learn enough. Like even people that know everything are still learning.
Well,
Like, I feel like
it's
Isaac-
impossible to know.
Isaac
everything.
knows so much about Star Wars, but I feel like there's still some stuff he could learn. I mean, I know there's like a million things I could learn
Yeah.
to even reach where Isaac is. But you know what I'm saying? I think everyone's constantly learning.
Yeah.
Just life is learning, I guess, if that makes sense.
Well, that's the point of life, to learn.
That-
Right,
Yeah,
top,
that's kind
top.
of deep. But
I don't know. Honestly, the thing that I feel like I listen to the most is from X, or like the purpose of life is like evolution.
evolution.
Yeah, have you not seen that? I think what was it? He said it on a podcast or something like that,
Mm,
where he was talking about it, like an interview. He was like, the purpose of life is continue evoluting yourself. So always
Evolving?
evolving. There you go.
I was about to say evoluting.
Yeah, no, sorry, evolving yourself. No, my fault. But like evolving yourself, like mentally and everything else. Like if you're not progressing every day, then you're just, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're not growing or anything. You're just sitting down being a couch potato. You might as well just be dead. But sorry guys, not like that. But
That's an interesting way to see.
Yeah, at least that's again, it's been a while since I've seen it, so that was somewhat how you described it. Yeah.
I guess yeah. If you're like, I get what he means.
Mhm.
Very broad. I would say
Yeah.
I definitely like. I feel like when it comes to motivations, you should definitely look at people who actually are in your stuff. Like, great example, me, I love trumpet and I love mariachi trumpet. So watched an interview of Mantecas, and I will never forget. He said, um, "You there's no point in you doing mariachi for the money because you. I mean, yeah, the money is gonna be there, but at the end of the day, you should do it for the passion. And
Yeah.
more importantly, you should you shouldn't feel happy until your customer's happy, because if they don't feel like, if they ask for a happy song and they're not happy, then you kind of like it should tell you, hey man, you got to go back and actually like practice your techniques, practice the song, listen to it. Or maybe a sad song, if they don't feel sad, then you didn't execute it well.
Yeah.
If they don't feel like the emotion that they asked for.
'Cause at that point, it's just a scam, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he said, if you feel bad after a gig and not satisfying the customer,
Mhm.
that means you're a musician. Like, that means you actually care about music because you want to appeal to the people. That's why
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always say, like, I don't mind that I get paid like minimum, 50. Um
I mean, that's how everything starts, though.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like, shit, I just said my repertoire ain't that good and I'm still learning techniques, so
Yeah.
that's my little take on that.
But I feel like that's what all like fields of work,
Yeah.
like whatever you want to
Yeah, yeah.
do, like everybody's gonna start from the bottom. Like everybody's gonna be like a bottom feeder until like if you have the passion for it, you'll fight. You'll go like you fight through the struggle to get where you want,
Mhm.
and that makes where the big bucks taste even sweeter. You know.
Toys.
Toys.
I heard it, bro.
Toys.
But yeah, man. I
Josh
think
moment. Josh moment.
I think the only reason I brought that up is just because I get where you're coming from
Mhm.
X, but I feel like people should really look at, I guess, people who are in their field. For
Yeah. Yeah.
example,
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
because like, I know you like X, but I'm pretty sure you'll probably feel way more motivated watching actual mechanics talk about their stuff, because you're trying to be
Well,
a mechanic, right?
yeah, but I mean, I'm trying to be a little
And
bit
then
of
there's a
everything.
Marine,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure Marines, bro, they've been motivating you
Oh
since
yeah.
young. So
Shout out to my uncle.
yeah, so it's like, realistically, yeah, you're trying to be a little bit of everything, but let's be real. A Marine probably resonates way more
Oh yeah.
than, like, I don't know, an army guy talking
So
about
that's why
something.
whenever like when Thomas was here and we were talking about his stories, like bro, it was so inspirational here. Not
Yeah.
like inspirational in a way, like wow, I want to go through that now too, even though it sounds like ass.
And,
But I was like, man, that sounds like my type of passion I want to go into, even though it sounds like ass, it sounds like torture and everything.
yeah.
I would love to go through that and then have that title and have that pride, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
And the only reason I texted you Marine Raiders and you were like, yeah, you gotta watch it, it's because I was thinking of, it's because when I see Marine Raiders, they were actually made in 1942 and
Mhm.
ended at 1944. They
Yeah.
weren't resurfaced up until 2000.
Mhm.
And the original version of the Marine
Just for
Raiders
World War
was
II.
taken off.
Yeah.
It
I
was
think right.
because, yeah, it was because the Marines wanted a quick fighting force,
Mhm.
basically stormtroopers. They wanted people to storm real quick, uh, to be way more amphibious than Marines are supposed to be. Hence the Marine Raiders.
Yeah.
But they disbanded them because they're like, we don't really need them now.
Mhm. Kind of
Now they're
recently, right?
Yeah, but now they're
Yeah.
no longer like amphibious. Marine Raiders aren't really like amphibious people who are constantly like island hopping, going around. Nah, it's more about, okay, strategic. You gotta learn this. You gotta learn that. And
Reconnaissance type of thing. Yeah.
there's way more stuff to do now.
Mhm.
Back then, it was just kind of like your infantry, go in.
Yeah. Type of deal.
But
Shoot that
that's why for me, I was like, Marine Raiders. Why
Oh
you say
yeah.
about Marine Raiders?
Again, the only reason for people that also don't know, I put that photo on there just because Thomas was saying that's one of the fields he wants to join and be a part
Yeah,
of, and like that's one of the schools
I
he wants
did.
to go to.
Yeah, I did some research because I was like, because I was confused. I was like,
Yeah,
Marine Raiders, like I just said,
yeah,
knowing my history, I'm like 1942 to 1940. You can't join it. You literally, only way you can talk about it is because you experienced it or something. But then I did research and I'm like, oh, they revived
yeah.
it and changed the way that it works.
I don't know all the details on it, so
Yeah,
again, that's more of a Thomas
you should
question.
search it up.
Yeah,
You
I should
should
probably
really
search it
search
up
it up.
myself, but again,
Honestly, talk to Thomas and search
yeah,
it up, bro. It's interesting. It's no longer like amphibious tags. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's still some in it, but it's more of like Thomas was talking about. You need your mechanics, you need your engineers, you
yeah,
need all this other stuff.
think so. Yeah.
So that's what
And
Marines
for
do.
you, fam, what kind of motivates you then? I kind of want to ask you that. Cause like again, it's kind of like what Isaac was saying. Like I kind of have my set of people, kind of like again the Marines. Again, I listen to X, so like stuff like that. I have like my kind of set of people I listen to like motivate you. I always been curious like what do you listen to or like follow that kind of motivates you?
Me? Damn, you shouldn't have, bro.
I don't know. Uh, Probably like
Like, is it family or like what?
yeah, I'd say more that than anything. Like just making it to where hopefully nobody around me needs to struggle.
Mm, gotcha.
I wouldn't say I watch stuff for motivation. I'd say I look for motivation in like myself and everyone around me. I wouldn't say I like go out of my way to look and watch something motivational or inspiring.
Really?
I don't like I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I like it, but for me it's more about I guess like love. Like I want to do it for the people that I love. I want to do it for the
Yeah,
girl
yeah.
that I love, you know.
I got you. I got you. I
I
don't
don't
know
know. I
for me.
guess that's kind of what I grew up like seeing like
I
my
mean,
parents doing it for the love of each other, you know.
Oh yeah.
that makes sense.
That's a very strong bond too to like learn from. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's amazing.
I'm an entertainer, so
So
That's cool
wait,
too though.
yeah, that is very
That'd be
cool. Wait,
badass.
can you get into more of what motivates you? Like, so I know you have like again, you're like instructors and like everything else like that. But like, what else besides kind of outside of that? What else kind of like makes you okay? I want to continue doing this outside of like I guess music. I guess a little bit.
honestly, it's just well, talking about music is just honestly it's songs themselves.
Yeah.
Like if you go listen to Jose Alfredo, Pedro Infante, Jorge Negrete, all these other mariachis. I what inspires me is hearing their trumpets
Mm.
and hearing how they execute it, hearing how okay, his vibrato, his arpeggio, his execution, his staccato, all these other things. It just motivates me into okay, I want to play like this style. Main reason I like Mantecas is because oh man, I just like how he executes the songs. Like it just sounds so aggressive, but at the same time, just nice and precise. So I that's the style.
So would you say is more of the satisfaction of like doing it type of thing that you kind of continue doing it?
That and also I won't lie, I do like people when they like acknowledge me slash like almost praise me basically because they're like
Mm.
wow
So
you play the trumpet, wow,
yeah.
that's really cool.
Mhm.
I I mean, who doesn't like people being like cheering for
Yeah,
them and
yeah.
being like wow you did that. So I won't lie, I do like that. I enjoy that.
Gotcha,
Yeah, it's
gotcha.
really cool.
Yeah.
I really
I mean,
enjoy
I
it.
would understand. I mean, imagine having a whole crowd clap for you for the way you
Yeah.
played that you train day in and day
Oh,
out for.
dude, especially when it's solos, people are all staring at you. It's
Oh yeah.
hard, bro.
And especially if
Hard.
you execute it perfectly and then you have all the crowd clapping for you, like
Half
I
the
bet.
time I mess up at least a little bit, but they're just like in such awe because they're like, damn, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Not in awe where they're like best trumpet player, but definitely like, wow,
He performed. Yeah.
props to you, you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's how it is as a entertainer. Sound like I do some other stuff. but
Yo.
but yeah, no, I just really do enjoy making people happy. Trying my best to learn
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
Trying my best to appeal to people, but at the same time also appeal to myself because there's some songs where I'm like, people don't ask for it, but I like it.
Yeah.
I want to learn it.
Definitely, definitely.
So yeah, that I think as an entertainer, you should always kind of like what you're doing. Yeah, like look around, help, and appeal to those people. But sometimes you should take some time and what do you like? People actually do enjoy that. Bro, you know how many times I'm in Joti or like some other restaurant, they're like, yeah, they just saw me perform 5 different songs, and then I go to the table and they're like, what do you like? Play a song.
Play your favorite
Mhm.
song.
And that's where I'm like, man, you know what? I've never actually sit back and I actually like
Play
thought
for
to
like
myself,
yeah.
okay, what song do I like? What song can I execute well?
Mhm.
You know? So sometimes it's good to sit back and be like, okay, um, let me appreciate myself.
Yeah, gotcha, gotcha.
Let me think for myself for once, be a little selfish. But yeah, no.
And I feel like people need that in their life to be a little selfish.
Mm.
Yeah. Not saying all the time or anything like
All
that.
the time.
No.
Don't listen to him all the time.
No, not all the time, but I
But
mean
like
like
a little bit, right?
yeah, a little bit. Like it's okay to be a little selfish. Like, yes, it's always best to do it for everybody around you and stuff like that, for your family, for yourself, or a little bit for yourself, but mostly for your family, stuff like that. Kind of like what you were saying, Drew. But at the same time, you also got to remember you're doing it for yourself because at the end of the day, it's your future type of
It's your
thing.
life.
Yeah, it's your life, your future. So did you hear about that also? That guy that like bought his girlfriend like a Honda Civic,
Oh my god, dude. Yes, I have.
Oh my
bro.
gosh, I have from you.
Yeah. So I talked about this recently, but this guy is like he went viral, but for the wrong reasons, sadly. So this guy brought his girlfriend.
No. Well, honestly,
Well, I'm saying like
from
because
what I've
with the
seen,
wrong feedback. That's what I'm trying to say.
no. What I'm saying though
Okay.
is that the only posts that I've seen are
Mhm.
people saying, like, I guess like an Instagram page saying, "Oh, this man posted that he bought his girlfriend a Honda Civic." And the internet went wild roasting him, but I haven't seen any people actually roasting him. I've only seen people in the comments. That's all that I've seen.
Really?
People in the comments being like, "Oh, wow. I bet the people commenting don't even have a band to their name."
Yeah. Oh, no, I've seen a few of those, but I also seen like the people are actually trolling and all
You
that.
have?
I have.
I haven't.
Bro, it's such a heartbreaking thing. Like it's actually a lot. Like, dude, there are people that taking screenshots and stuff like that. But people actually like saying like gruesome ass shit. Like, oh damn, imagine only buying a Honda Civic for your girl. Like, fam, most people could barely afford like their apartments right now, let alone like buy their girl a car. Like the fact that it's a nice, decent like Honda Civics are pretty nice. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
they're
and that one
reliable
too.
car.
That one's like a
Yeah.
2400 Civic. Those are pretty nice.
Oh, they're easy to work on too.
Really
Affordable.
nice.
Like, I don't know. What do you think about that though? You think that's like,
It's that bullshit.
yeah?
Y'all need to chill out on that fool.
I feel like those are the people that are talking mad shit. I feel like those are the people that kind of look up to like the celebrities and the rappers and all that. They're like
Yeah.
expecting to like live that rap life. Like, oh, I bought my girl a fucking Challenger or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
fam, there's nobody is sitting around with 100 like bands that easily spend. You know, like no.
Especially him. He's like, oh, not especially him. That's not bad. But
He looks young though. He looks like
Yeah.
he looks like he's barely like maybe entering his 20s.
a young hard worker. Like he looks like he
Yeah.
just works like maybe construction, maybe some sort of trade.
Yeah.
And well, he makes enough to buy his girlfriend a car. I feel like I'm a good boyfriend, and I've not came anywhere close to
Okay,
a car.
buddy. Okay, laziness.
Nah, I feel like but I don't know. I haven't came close to buying her.
You just had to throw that in. I'm a good boyfriend. I'm just saying, like, ladies. But I'm gonna be real with you. I have no clue what they're talking about.
Really?
I've
Okay,
heard
here,
it.
let me show
Like I
you.
said, I heard it, but I haven't seen it.
Here, let me show you at least the post I saw recently about it. Because I don't know, like the fact that people would actually clown on this is very like tragic. Here you go.
Oh, it's a nice little car.
It is a very nice.
That's what I'm saying though. Well, you put the picture up right here.
Yeah,
But
I put the photo up.
I'm
So
saying I've only seen posts like this where they're like, the internet is going crazy
Yeah.
over this.
No, 'cause I remember when it had first posted up, I did see it and I did read the comments and like people were like clowning him hard on just like kidding his girl that.
Oh, it's so nice too.
Okay.
It is so nice.
Look at the comments. There's nothing
Negative.
Yeah.
At least
I
not
think
on that one. That's what I'm saying. Like I think like the very first one when it first came, like went around or did his rounds. That's when I think I first saw it, and that's when I saw all the.
Let
Fuck
me
comments.
scroll down. There's so much positivity here. Okay.
Oh, you're talking about my history.
Y'all need to be more.
No.
Y'all need to be filled with more hate, bro. Come on. Funny because it's probably.
Bro's gonna come
I'm
out.
gonna check the
We need to bring back bullying. No.
gonna check the comment section. It's all Isaac the negative, bro. Broke ass fool.
What does this account? I'm gonna go in there and just say the most heinous.
Hey,
thing.
yo, chill.
I'm gonna report him.
Yeah, there's not. I don't see, and maybe not on that post, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, everyone's just like, dude, Honda Civic is great, and oh my god,
really is.
literally they're breaking down just how good the Honda Civic is and how belonging it. I'm like, this is not negative feedback.
Yeah.
Where's the Haitian?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like,
Where's the bullying?
you want the bullying back?
Fine. All right. Any other thing we're gonna talk about, guys?
I guess we can talk a little bit more about us. So, fam, how does it feel for you to be on the podcast? Well, again, you're back again, but I'm saying about me and Julian this time.
Dude, I just hope I'm way more I just hope I have a better schedule or like I'm more on time on this shit because God, bro, it's almost 2.
Yeah,
But,
it's late. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I did the thing, guys. You know, I'm looking at you. But I'm glad to be in the podcast.
Oh, you're talking about what we talked about earlier?
Yeah, early. Yeah, you're not gonna get the reference.
Yeah, it's
And-
fat.
and-
But I'm glad to be in the podcast and more importantly, I'm featured more. You know, the guys, trust me, they're not paying me. I wish they would, but
Sorry, fam, we're not even getting paid yet.
but if anything, I owe them money. They sent me a bill. They said I owe 150. This is not worth it.
Nah, never that.
But nah, but I do enjoy the podcast. I watch them when I can. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I skip over things because I'm like, let me see what they're talking. Let me see the specific topic. But yeah, no, I will definitely enjoy being, I guess, more intertwined.
Heck yeah. I mean, again, I would love to continue having you more. Again, maybe once we have more prep time, because I feel like we kind of threw this on you last minute. My
Yeah.
bad for
Well,
that.
nah, it's fine. I mean, bro, I came here last minute.
Well, you know, we all have lives too.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
You know.
That's true.
I guess that's on my part as a host and like chilling
As
on
a
production.
whole, damn,
Oh,
type
As a whole.
oh, as a host, my
No,
bad.
No,
I thought you said as a whole.
I thought he said as a whole.
No, as a host.
Oh my, bro, we all heard different things.
Guys,
know,
relax.
Usually, you hear what you
I
want
don't
to
do
hear.
that.
He's thinking about a hole. I'm thinking about a hoe. He's just thinking about a host.
Bro's thinking about going to work. He's thinking about going partying.
Anyways,
But yeah, what's some other things you want to see like for us to do in the future? I guess.
you
Since
know,
I know you've been like in the behind the scenes stuff like that, you've like seen just everything in general kind of play out. Like, what do you want to see more often
I
or
it's like I said
improve?
on the text, bro. It's like I do enjoy like that y'all talk about. Oh, I thought you were doing something with your hand. I thought you were doing something like this. I thought you were doing this.
Just scratching it, dude.
But what's it called? I do enjoy that like y'all touch on everything, and I think it's I definitely do enjoy better when there's another person because y'all talk to that person and y'all to interact, and we know more about that person. And I will kind of prefer personally. I kind of prefer if it was maybe not a specific topic,
Yeah.
but definitely like okay, this is the general area. Great example. I mean, I follow people who, yeah, sure, they don't talk specifically about the military, but they branch off into history because that is part of
Yeah.
military.
Of course. Yeah. That
Talking
goes
about
hand to hand.
the weapons, or maybe they talk about people, maybe they talk about character. And sure, it isn't specifically about the military, but it's generally that maybe that's what I want. Like have a
More of like general build around
general
stuff.
build.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that that's okay. Yeah, sure, we don't know them because of one specific thing, but that general build right there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
watched
I
it
mean,
because
talk
of that.
about for like for each episode type of thing. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, because I mean, trust me, shit. If I love Star Wars, I'm gonna go watch the Star Wars guy, even if it's general, because what a Star Wars guy is probably gonna be general than Star Wars. Probably talk about Helldivers. Probably talk about 40K, all these other topics. So it's like there.
The way Julian looked at me as soon as you said 40K.
So definitely like that. That's what
love
I kind of
40K.
like because it's like why it's space theme. It's
Yeah.
science fiction.
Wait. You're forgetting the main thing. Space racism.
Also, I can't do that hand gesture. You keep talking about racism.
I'm not talking about racism. I'm saying space racism.
Anyways, but yeah, no, I'll definitely say that.
Sorry, this is
Like,
kind of like like out there question. What do you think the clone troopers would say to the clinkers? What they call them clinkers, right? That's
call
like
them
their
clinkers.
okay.
They're already called clinkers.
Yeah.
Do you mean like? Do you think the droids take it as a slur? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Do you think they take offense to that?
Oh,
Do you think the droid's gonna have his feelings hurt because it's called a clinker?
actually, maybe towards the end of the war.
You
It's
think?
because
What?
so okay. Oh man, I don't want to go on a full deep dive. I'm gonna keep it broad.
Okay.
So basically, droids are programmed and refreshed all the time. So like that, they're only focusing on their task, whatever they were programmed to do. But towards the end of the war, they kept trying to hold off these droids, and they were keeping them in battles longer, so they couldn't be refreshed. They couldn't be wiped off their memories. And if you can't do that, they start building up, personalities. That's why in the Clone Wars series, go watch the Clone Wars series. In the very beginning, you see them very serious, very robotic. Towards the end, they start being more goofy. They start interacting with each other. Why? Because now they actually have personalities. Hell, you
Mm.
even see some droids being like actually tired. Like they're like, "Ah, I don't want to do this. Why? Because they're now building personality. So
That's interesting. I actually didn't catch on. I thought that was just more for like entertainment, like for the viewers and stuff like that.
you could notice that on R2D2. Why is he so aggressive? Why does he
Oh
have
yeah,
like
right.
such a interesting like where he doesn't talk, but he has a personality,
Oh
and
yeah.
you notice it.
One hell of a personality
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, 'cause I
short.
think even Anakin, he says it before, and that was like a whole issue that R2D2 like remembers everything. Like they never wiped his memories when after every mission or something like that.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
has like all the battle plans of the 501st Legion. It's a
yeah,
whole episode. But yeah, no, because if you're watching him episode 1, if you see him, he's just a protocol droid. That is it.
yeah,
He did his
yeah,
job. But in episode 2 and longer, you started seeing him be used.
Episode 3, he
And
starts
episode 3,
screaming.
yeah, he starts doing all these things. He starts fighting back. He starts like doing all these stuff, and you watch the Clone Wars. You just start noticing that, oh, okay, he's starting to build a personality. Why? Because he's not being wiped off
yeah, yeah.
from his memories and
And going
stuff.
back to like manufactured
So that's
settings.
the same with like C3PO.
Um,
What wasn't he? Just,
that's actually the reason C3PO doesn't fully remember Anakin as well, because towards the end of Revenge of the Sith, they actually wipe his memory.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm,
That's why
okay.
he doesn't remember Tatooine. R2D2 remembers Tatooine. That's why when you okay, rewatching episode 3 and then watch episode 4, you're like, "Oh, so that's why R2D2 knows where to go for Ben
Yeah.
and C3PO doesn't." Because he has his memory and C3PO doesn't.
C3PO doesn't.
Mm,
Go watch it. Go watch it and you're going to notice it. You're going to
No,
be
that
like,
makes
"Oh,
sense.
what?"
He's like
He didn't
C3PO's like,
raise
where are you going?
Yeah, he's so confused even though he grew up in Tatooine and he's going exactly in the place where Anakin
was
is.
raised right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
So that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I did not
Star
catch
Wars
that.
is all connected, like nitpicky things.
Yeah, so everything has a meaning behind it, basically. That's
Yep.
pretty dope.
Yep.
Yep. More you know.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, to answer, what was your original question?
Really?
Sorry, we completely broke off again.
Once we started talking about Star Wars, I'm like, oh yeah, this is Star Wars time.
Sorry about that.
What was the question?
I think we're trying to get you to talk more about yourself and us, and what kind of got you to want to come in on the pod.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But actually, what made you feel comfortable coming out on here, like from the beginning, like the first time I brought you on here? Like,
Bro, come on, let's be real. We've been talking about this, like
well,
making
yeah, but
podcasts,
I don't know. Honestly, I felt like
videos.
at some point, like I thought you wouldn't want to be on camera type of thing at some point.
Uh,
Like I know you talked about doing streaming and all that, but I
Mhm.
thought you would be more one of those what are they called? Not I think VTubers type of thing. Sorry, respect.
Nah.
Because
I like them. I watched them, but maybe will be.
that's what I'm saying. Like I know you're as I can tell, you're comfortable in front of the camera, of course, in front of people and all that. But I feel like well, if you're actually to put yourself out there and stuff like that, I feel like you would be wanted to be more of a VTuber type of thing.
Honestly, it's just
bug! Sorry. I got hot with the beanie, bro. I couldn't hold it no more.
But what's it called? Well, it's purely for the fact that I I got I got way more comfortable in being camera, and
Mhm.
I guess seeing people record me. I mean, bro, again, there's videos of me messing up solos, messing up freaking like intros, messing up certain adornments. So I'm like, if I'm okay with people seeing me do that, I think I'm gonna be okay with me being here just talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Or streaming. I don't think those are my big issues. And to talk about VTubing, it's just dude, models, dude, they cost a lot of money. So I doubt I'll be a VTuber anytime soon. They cost
Mm.
hella money. Unless I talk to my boy Juan. Then yeah, I'll talk to him. But other than that, what's it called? I
And
probably
all
want
the
to
videos we have are like in high school, just.
But yeah, nah. I think yeah, it's just me. It's just me personally. I've gotten way more comfortable being I guess interviewed. Also, people recording me,
Yeah, yeah.
lights being on me. Basically, everything just being.
Not my
all over
stomach,
me.
my fault.
I did not even notice. But yeah, so yeah, answer your question. It's just that
Yeah,
honestly,
gotcha.
that's the only reason that I'm cool with the podcast. Cause I mean, since high school, and I was like, damn, I'll like to help you out in any way I can. And I mean, right now I still don't have a setup, so I think this is the best exposure I can get as of right now. So,
Mhm. So you think this is more kind of like a practice thing for you then, a bit?
kind of. Kind
Because
of.
at the same time, when you do streaming, it's just you and I guess like the audience in a way. But I mean,
Audience,
even then, like it's kind of the audience because you gotta like hopefully, I mean, once you're viral and all that, like hopefully read fast enough to see what the comments are saying.
yeah. I mean that's if I make it successful. But
You will, fam.
I get bad. No reason.
Week one in, sorry guys, so VTuber didn't work out.
um, but yeah, no. Yeah, we'll just see. We'll just see.
Oh
I
yeah,
think I'll take this more as like prep time, or yeah,
Mhm.
just getting even more used to being on camera
yeah, yeah.
and having that into me.
Top, top. And what about you, Juju? 'Cause I don't think I ever asked you that.
What?
Like, what like made you decide to be like, yeah, not all in, but like you're down to become like part of the pod and be like
Ye-
the helping me build this podcast basically.
He was
Um,
forced, guys.
huh?
He was forced.
No.
I
No,
hope
he
not.
asked me.
I was like, I hope not.
Come on,
And at
Julian.
first,
No.
he didn't ask me. Josh didn't ask me. He was like, "I'm gonna do a podcast." I was like, "Oh, dude, that's great. I'll watch it, man." And
You were
then
like, I don't need you.
he was
I don't
like,
need you."
he was like, yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I'm sure I'll have you on a few times. And I was like, yeah, man, I'll get on. I'll hop on and talk about whatever you want me to talk about. And then, well, one day he just asked me, and I was like, yeah, well, I was probably gonna ask you anyways. And then I remember one time, like really, really early, like this was before we bought anything. Well, Josh bought anything. I didn't buy
Yeah.
anything. Sorry.
No, you're good.
But um, and before the name of the podcast was gonna be Looney Goons, it was gonna be Retro Goons.
Shout out to Isaac because me and him also came up with
That shit.
that.
Retro.
Retro games.
But I was like, I don't know how much I'm digging the name. I like the Goons part. That's literally the name of our group chat, and it's always been the name of our group chat.
Shh. And not talk about the group chat.
The Gooners, yeah, just like our followers, Gooners.
I saw there's a comment out there. It says Gooner stand up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It says Looney. No, it just says Gooners rise up.
What
But
was this?
yeah. That's when I told Josh. I was like, yeah, I think I think I want to go with Looney Goons. What do you think of the name Looney Goons? He was like, yeah, let's do Looney Goons. Anyways, that's not even like answering the question.
No, but I like the fact that that is like part of the lore of it, of everything. Because I mean, like you came up to me, like because you suggested it to me, and I was like, I think that fits us more, just because we're here to try to be more funny, bring smiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is the whole reason why I wanted to build the podcast, which I could get to that in a bit. But
And I was like, I like the name Retro Goons, but I feel like that name fits somebody that maybe just talks about retro video games, that talks about retro clothing, that talks about retro something. Just the word
I
retro.
felt like whenever Minio talked about it, I feel like we were talking about more like people that would be like more about like historians and stuff like
Maybe.
that. Yeah.
Except for the Goons part.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll take retro. I'm definitely gonna be talking only about that. History of Clone Wars 101.
Dude, I would watch every single.
you and
I could listen to Isaac talk about Star Wars for hours.
Yeah.
Let alone talking
That
with
and
him
like your
and
Call of
learning from
Duty
him.
like theories or not Call of Duty theories, you're like
Call
your
of Duty.
playthroughs and stuff like that or not.
Oh, zombies.
Yeah, zombies.
Man, I would love to do zombies.
Just screaming.
You're probably gonna see me like what? I always get down at least 4 times until I'm like, okay, this is the run.
The fact that you spend like hours upon hours just trying to perfect an Easter egg and that's
Easter eggs.
What can I say, man? I love Call of Duty. I love
That's
zombies,
insane,
bro.
dude.
it's insane to me to see.
I would text
the
these
passion.
guys at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Sorry, guys. Like, I can't help you with like the podcast. Like, I'm doing this Easter egg.
Easter egg with Adrian.
Half of the time he wouldn't be doing it. He'll do one try and he's like, dude, I'm tired. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Not really. And then he'll
Bro
go,
already has like 5 energy drinks next to him.
none, bro. It's just my passion. I'm just searching up videos. I'll watch speedrunners just to see like breakdown. Okay, what are the best strats? What is this? What is that? Oh my gosh, man. But shout out to Adrian. We did defeat the boss.
For real.
I defeated the boss by myself, but the game it had a coding in which even after death he does like one final jump, but it's technically not supposed to kill you. But on that jump, I was too close to the wall, so it glitched out, killed me. So technically, I got the reward for killing him. I got all the perks and everything, but he
You didn't get
he
the set.
gave me a death animation. So I'm like, I was I was just mad. My brother was there, and he was just like, he was confused because he saw me. I stood up. It's 3 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't yell, bro. And I'm like, and then I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna give it one more try. And as I'm hovering over the map, it says Easter egg completed. I'm like, oh my god, I did it. Bro, I was like actually happy. I'm like, I did it. Mr. Waffle Waffles. Waffle Waffles. That's his
Is
game.
it?
Shout out to him.
Is that the guy you watch for like tutorials and all that?
Easter eggs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And for speedrun, shout out to Kingsman. God, I love that guy. But yeah. Uh yeah, I could talk about Call of Duty Zombies, Star Wars all the time.
And then like your historian stuff too. Like
History stuff, yeah.
yeah, but mostly about wars though, right? That's where you're more familiar with.
It depends. It kind of depends on
Mhm.
the mood because sometimes I'm like, hey, I kind of do want to see like the battle of this, the battle of that, or maybe the Civil War, maybe the Vietnam War.
But the thing I find interesting about you is that you don't look in just one side. You look into both sides.
Because it's always good to see both sides. Just because at times, you always got to take into account people's words. Just because I'm okay, I'm pretty sure everyone has been in a situation where for some reason you're in some drama, or not even in the drama, but you're hearing drama from this guy and from this guy, and you're hearing both sides, or maybe you're hearing from one side, but not. Especially if you hear from one side, because you're like, I kind of want to hear the other side, because, hey, you're my homeboy, but I want to hear the other side.
Yeah,
I get it. Some people are like, nah, you gotta stick with your homeboys, but it's good to hear the other side at
of
times,
course. Yeah,
because you never know. Like they may say one thing, but it might be another.
yeah,
I'm a great example. I've been in so many things where I'm like, this is my point of view, and they say their point of view, and I'm like, well, I didn't see it that way.
yeah,
And I'm like, so why are we in this drama? But yeah, that's the main reason. Also, you always got to be conscious of, you know, beliefs. You always got to look at people's standpoints,
definitely.
because a great example, the Civil War, it's such a touchy subject. And it's good to see the Confederate side because you get to see some of their aspects. Okay, some of them aren't about, certain rights, state rights, but, you know, some of them are. And, it's just growing up. I'm pretty sure everyone knows Civil War. Oh, it was about slavery, which it was. Uh but it's still cool to see that they didn't view it that way, or some certain people didn't view it that way. They were
Yeah,
like, no, it wasn't about slavery, it was about state rights. Or it wasn't about slavery, it was about this, preserving my freedom,
yeah,
justice. They're the invaders, whatever. And it's just cool to see because it's like, okay, that's actually interesting. I never viewed it that way. And also, it's always good to see other people's perspectives of,
yeah. It just makes you think more,
yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah,
it's always just good. I will always say this: it's good to learn history from books and maybe a teacher, but at times it's also good to watch YouTube. I won't lie, most of the stuff I learn is mostly from YouTube. Just because I watch a video and I'm like, okay, that's his point of view. Go watch a different video, and he'll he'll say similar things like the statistics of this, but his personality is a little swayed. Maybe
Mm,
he's against it, maybe he's for it, wherever the reason.
but even then, they'll pull out different type of research and
Yeah.
info and stuff like that.
Yep. I
Yeah,
mean, great example. Japan and the nukes. It's a very touchy subject. I don't
yeah,
know if this is gonna say in the podcast, but it's a very touchy subject. And if you look at some sides, some people are like, it shouldn't have been dropped. Some people are like, it should have because it would have cost more American lives. Okay, well now you're looking at two different sides, and it's just really interesting because some people are like, okay, do you want to lose more Marines going into the heart of Japan? Well, yeah, we could take them out. We took them out all on these islands. Yeah, but look at the casualties.
yeah,
And then you're not even fighting soldiers at times. You might fight civilians. And how are people going to take that?
yeah. True.
You know, look at the Vietnam War. Some civilians died. How people take it? Look at current wars. Not gonna say anything, but
Yeah,
look at sometimes civilians get in the crossfire, and people are instantly like, "Oh, see, they're targeting civilians." Yeah, maybe some of the units, but a grand majority of them, if you look at them, that's not what they're trained for.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
trained because it's just a whole it's just
Yeah,
a whole thing.
it's
It's
a whole
just a bunch
system.
of it's a
Yeah.
whole perspectives, and you got to hear all sides. You got to do your own research. And I will always say this: at the end of the day, the conclusion is you, but you should always take accountability of the knowledge you were given.
True.
Because it's like, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge union guy. I'm like, hell yeah, f the Confederacy. I did not believe in whatever they believe in. I'm a Texaner, and I dislike that Texas was in the Confederacy. But there's certain things I'm like, okay, yeah, I can admit that statistically speaking, some of the Texans weren't owning slaves.
Yeah.
From their point of view, they were being invaded, and they just had to grab their rifle and call up to arms and defend themselves.
Mm.
But that wasn't the majority.
Yeah.
So it's just always good to look at all these things, man.
Yeah. Have different views, of course.
Let's see if that stays in the
I mean, yeah, it should be fun. I don't think we said anything too political, anyways. So it should be fun. And that's one thing I want to talk about too. Like,
trying to keep things vague.
yeah,
I am definitely someone who
no,
I
I
have my
got you.
points,
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
But I want to talk to y'all because I think I talked to Julian about this before, but I think I want to bring you on more often and have you here because I think it's very comfortable, I guess, in a way, for having you. If you're cool with that, of course.
He's asking me out, guys. Yes.
I think so. I want to bring you around more often. I want to have you here more
sure.
frequently and stuff like that. I would like that.
For sure.
Yeah. And then another thing too, I want to ask, I guess both of y'all, as I guess the host and everything, but I want to ask y'all like, what do y'all kind of like envision for the pod, like in the future? Like, where do you want to see it at?
I will say this. I'm looking at this. Okay, future hindsight. Honestly, we all have different adventures, different things. Just because you're gonna join the Marines
Next year.
and-
Next year.
yeah,
Next
next year.
Got plenty of time right now, brother.
and- No, but I just mean again in the future.
Yeah.
Bro, you're gonna have stories. You're gonna have different things. Oh man, it's gonna be interesting to
Yeah,
see
an
and hear
adventure.
your perspective and things and experiences. I'm a mariachi, bro. I meet different people. I go to different gigs. I have experiences, good, bad. I have so many mixed emotions, so it's gonna be interesting seeing more of that. And Julian, this guy's peaceful.
I don't know. Like I get on
What
the,
do you do?
I get on the podcast and I'm just so quiet all of a sudden, dude. I don't know.
He's so
I mean, to be
timid.
fair, we do kind of late, so like, we're half asleep.
He's so timid.
Yeah, dude. I honestly am really tired every time we film.
Yeah,
But-
that's why I kind of like the early episodes when we kind of do it because I feel like we're very more charged. And everything. Yeah.
Rejuvenated.
Yeah. Which I think we're gonna start pushing that more often.
Yeah, we probably should try that.
Yeah. But where do you kind of see as like where do you want like I guess take the podcast like where if you like
No, I feel
guess-
like we do really need a direction. We were talking about that. We're gonna do some more talking about it.
Mhm.
But we really do need a direction to be set in. Well, I don't know. We're still gonna try to find it, even if we pick a direction right now. That's not to say that's the only direction we'll go.
yeah.
Like what if we go in a direction and that direction doesn't work? Then we're like, all right, we also like this. Let's try that out.
Yeah.
We also like this. Let's try that out. Or maybe we could try all of it out. And people like Isaac was saying, we look for a niche. Maybe we find a few niches and we talk about a few different things.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we kind of already do that though.
I feel like this, and then once we bring Isaac on more, it's all the stuff that we all like.
Talking about hella Star Wars, hella Call of Duty zombies, bro. Hella stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
VTubers too. Hey man, got you. Damn, y'all don't watch VTubers. No,
I think more of my question was like
I don't really know what a VTuber does.
Anyways, answering his question.
Sorry.
It's gonna be a whole
Yeah.
hour like
Yeah.
intro right there alone.
So a VTuber.
Anyways, continue.
But I guess more of my question was like what direction would like do you want to take it? Like
One Direction.
well, of course.
one singular direction.
Go.
Yeah. Like where's your vision and like for the podcast? Like where do you want it to be? Well, of course up, but like what do you want it to be up for?
Oh, dude, just something that's fun. Like something I want to do something fun. Like I don't know. Like we were talking in the podcast in the group chat.
Mhm.
We were talking about we wanted to do something.
Isaac got something big to say.
It's because the way he was saying it, I was gonna be like, gosh, man, like, oh, like I just wish, like, oh gosh, man, no one understands me. I'll be. I don't know why that's what it reminded me of, but my bad.
No, I'm trying to do something fun though. Like I
Like-
don't know.
like
You
that?
understand what I'm saying?
touch it.
Yeah.
I sound like a stoner right now, but you know what I'm saying, man. I just want to be fun and like literally just chill and hang out with the guys.
He's gonna start hitting us. Why aren't you fun? Why aren't you
Hey, Josh,
fun?
put your hair back on, dude. You know what?
Not my hair.
But yeah,
I
no.
miss my hair. Not gonna lie, but I wouldn't take that away again. Or like
What?
I wouldn't undo cutting my hair.
Oh,
Or I have
okay.
my brother cut my hair. Oh, by the way, if y'all haven't seen, check out my brother's TikTok. We all went buzz cut for him. So it was me and my cousins. We all buzzed our hair. Well, we buzzed Aaron's hair before he went off to the Marine Corps. Which it's not Aaron's hair isn't fully like bald or anything like that. It's just like low trimmed, and he trimmed us the fuck up. Our hair is still short right now, but yeah. But I don't know. I guess for me, where I kind of envision the podcast and everything is, at least for me, what I said it before, but I guess I'll let the audience know as well. But like, my whole goal with the podcast is to, of course, bring smiles, not just for ourselves, but for everybody else. Because again, I don't want to be under one category and that's it. I feel like when it comes to social media, it's so easy to only stick with one category and get stuck in there forever. You know. And I feel like that's where whenever I see a bunch of other like people where that kind of blow up and stuff like that, and they kind of talk about their experiences trying to like branch out, they're like, man, I wish I never kind of stick to one thing, because now whenever I try to do something different, everybody's like, oh, well, why do I want to tap into that? Like that's not something I come to watch for, you know. And that's not what I kind of want to stick to. I don't want to stick under one title. I kind of want to be a little broad and go, touch different things.
You kind of want them to come just to see us and not what we're talking about.
Well, no, I want for it to be a mix, kind of like how we've been doing it. I want to do like our typical, topics and everything else like that, but I also want to have our own things, like where we talk as a friend, as friends, amongst ourselves and stuff like that. So I want people to just be able to come in, tap in, listen to goofy jokes, listen to some interesting theories or whatnot. Be a relief from reality a little bit, just to come in and tap in, type of thing.
Well, we're all 21. I think we need to start drinking on the podcast.
I'll be down.
If y'all would be interested in seeing us doing a drunk podcast next episode,
Y'all
let
are
us know.
seeing it. He's talking crazy. We are drinking.
For real. Like, we're all so tired that we might as well be drunk.
He's
right
gonna
now.
bring twisted teas. I'm gonna bring some
teas. That bitch ass.
And he's bringing Modelo. Oh, you don't like twisted teas?
Hell no.
What do you like?
No, I said it,
Modelo's.
I already said it before. I'm not gonna drink any more beers, so I'm only drinking liquors.
You're not gonna drink any more beers?
I'm only drinking
Hold
liquor.
on.
All right, Josh. 2 shots every beer we take.
Wait, for real?
All right.
You like Modelo?
I like Modelo. Yeah.
Modelo time.
I like Modelo. I like.
Oh, okay, hold on. Before we get into that, hold on. Let me finish what I was saying. Sorry. But as I was saying, like I want this podcast to be known for something that everybody, like, we're very broad in everything we talk about, and people could tap in to have smiles. But on top of that, I want it to be something that be motivational for others. Because I feel like, yeah, there's a bunch of other podcasts, like you can name anything like in the world that people talk about. There's already a bunch of podcasts that already talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of want us to be like the kind of mix of everything, but at the same time, more like a relaxed, more fun, more kind of motivational in a way. Cause I want people to kind of connect to us, and I want to be able to push out more smiles and more like motivation for people. Cause I feel like people are very sad nowadays. Everybody's kind of more not self-included, but like
secluded.
There you go. That's the word I was trying to look for. Cause I don't know. Cause I feel like people listen to podcasts and they're like, oh, I wish I could live that way life. I wish I could live that life. Like, no, I want to show people like, hey,
you do not want to live my life.
No, not even that. I'm saying like people look, they're like, oh, look, they're having so much fun. I wish I could do that. Like, fam, anybody could do it. Like, he's chasing his dream, being a musician and everything. I'm pretty sure there's thousands of people out there like, oh, I wish I was chasing my dream, being a musician. Fam, go get yourself an instrument, pick that shit up, train, learn, music, practice,
You're gonna
whatever.
It's a fact. 90.
Oh yeah, most people quit.
Trumpet play.
You have no idea how many.
You have to have a structure. You have to have good lips, or else you're gonna struggle.
You have no idea how many people, and me included, have like tried to I'm gonna just learn guitar. Boy, that shit's hard as hell.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
That is dedication.
Dedication.
It's not. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah,
but
well, I guess find a trait that you're passionate. That you find yourself like wanting to, like, you wake up and you want to pursue it.
not just pursue it. You forcing yourself to.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I want to.
Or what was it like? Yeah, people that or that want to be in the sport, they enjoy being in the sport. But the people that are obsessed with the sport, they live in the sport or something like that. They live for the sport, or something like that. So I forgot what it
Never
goes.
heard of that actually.
Yeah, again,
I've heard that.
forgot. Yeah.
But all I know is with music, practice does not make perfect. All you're gonna hear from musician is practice just makes improvements. That's it.
Mm.
You're not gonna be
Yeah,
perfect.
it's never gonna be perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Never gonna be perfect.
And I feel like that's for everything though. Like, don't expect everything to be perfect. Feel like, or kind of. Sorry, this feels like I'm doing like the word right now, but that don't expect everything to be perfect, but like expect everything to be a challenge,
Mm,
and that's what you should be, looking forward into in everything.
I can see that.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, yeah. If you're trying to pick an instrument, I hope you're passionate about it or just willing to go through all the random shit you gotta learn because that is a whole rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, and I feel like for those other people, like again, if you want to do podcasting and stuff, do it. I mean, again, I started off with just a dream watching other guys. Shout out Jumper Jumps, but I watched them and I was like, man, it's just a bunch of friends just getting together, talking. And I was like, why can't we do that?
You know what's crazy? I don't watch podcasts.
I do. I watch.
Besides you guys, like I don't watch podcasts.
I watch
a lot of
podcasts, but I don't think me and Josh watch any of the same podcasts.
I don't think so either.
Wait, what podcasts do y'all watch? This is a genuine question, guys.
I like to watch oh shit.
Freaky Friday.
What the hell?
I don't know. It just sounds like
Well,
something
I
you
watch
do.
I watch a little bit of the Unsubscribed podcast. I watch very little of them. They're like
I-
a bunch of retired military people that
actually-
kind of talk.
Kind of don't like them.
Really?
Gosh, man.
Again, I watch very little of them. I don't watch too
Oh, okay.
often, but I watch them. Then I kind of watch, of course, as I said, the Jumpers Jumps podcast.
I don't. What are they about?
I only see them on TikTok.
Yeah, they're kind of like more like a group where they kind of talk about more about theories and current events and stuff that's kind of popping and stuff like that.
Typical conspiracy theories.
Yeah, stuff like that. So they talk about that, and then I'm trying to think. There's one more podcast, the You Should Know podcast. They're dead as just a friend group that get together and just talk about stories and just kind of like trending events and stuff like that.
I watch more like the Escape Pod podcast. They talk about like
What is that about?
they talk about Star Wars, Marvel,
Oh, okay.
and like some animes. I don't really watch the anime stuff, but one of the guys he also likes football. Like I like pretty much all the stuff that they talk about. I like I also watch it's gonna sound kind of stupid, but like Impulsive, like with Logan Paul. 'Cause I feel like
Really?
he really has turned like a new leaf. He's not the same person he used to be. And I think I really only like to watch his episodes with guests. I
Mm.
wouldn't really watch anything that's just them two.
Yeah, I
Like
think
or
only-
like if there's a new celebrity, like a celebrity up and coming, I'll watch whatever podcast they're going on to learn more
He
about
has
them.
a podcast.
Logan Paul?
I had no.
He's had a
I
podcast
think
since
the
like
only
2020.
episode I ever watched is the one where you had like Fluffy on there.
Yeah, he had Fluffy. He's had Rey Mysterio. He just had Sketch on recently.
I didn't know that.
Like Theo Vaughn's podcast. I watched Theo
Oh
Vaughn's
yeah, I
podcast.
just started watching Theo Vaughn's podcast
He's,
actually.
he's really funny.
He's
so.
funny as hell. Again, one of the things I also want to do outside of like podcasting and everything, I want to branch out. And I think I talked to Julian about. I want to do streaming and everything as well. And I also want to do like vlogs and stuff like that. I was hanging out,
I already know what our first vlog is gonna be.
and that's the part I was gonna get to.
Exactly. See, bro, we're telepathic, bro.
We're
We're telepathic type shit.
And Julian, we haven't told you yet. Well, no, I think you've seen it in the group.
He's in the group.
Yeah, yeah. You
I just didn't respond. I don't think I'm down.
Hey, we're not talking about that part too.
Oh yeah, let's talk about what y'all want to do when you're in Houston.
So there's gonna be an event. Shout out to the event. We want to go to the.
Shout out to- For real, they're like, who the fuck are you?
I was talking about one of our first vlogs is that I want to go to Houston and we want to do, I think it's called Tokyo to Texas or something like that. And it's a big old event where they kind of do like I guess you kind of say like the anime convention, stuff like that, but instead it's more about like the Tokyo, Japan / culture and everything like that they're going to be having over there.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they're going to have like your typical, like, I guess cultural foods and stuff like that. And then they're going to have some like special events and stuff there. They're gonna have like again like your anime voice actors, regular voice actors, stuff like that. All sorts of different things there, and I think it's gonna be pretty interesting to see. What you looking at me for like that?
I don't know. He's just looking at me.
Yeah, y'all both look so uncomfortable right now.
But yeah, tell them what we're gonna do.
So we're gonna go through the event and all that. I think I saw something where you could buy like a pet or a bundle where you could like record while you're there, and I think that's what we're gonna do. And basically just go out and have a good time. I kind of want to explore everything and check out.
Nothing.
I was like, what you doing? But I guess I'll like kind of check out what the event's about. Cause again, I'm really interested again, like in the Japanese kind of Tokyo culture. Again, I don't know much about it, but the fact they're having like an event here instead of me having to actually fly out to Tokyo, I think that's pretty cool. And I kind of want to check that out. And of course, I asked y'all if y'all would be down. Cause I know y'all are one of the first people that probably ever say yes.
I said yes.
Yeah. He said yes immediately. Julian, would you want to go? Oh, yeah. Cause of the other stuff we talked about?
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Onya. Is that what you just said?
No.
Onya.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But
I don't really
no,
wanna
tell
go.
them
I'm not really-
specifically what we're gonna do.
I already said we're going to record and for the experience was happening.
Yeah,
No,
we're
you're
gonna go
choking
to
over
maid cafes, bro.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Come
go
on,
see
I'm
some
not going.
maids. I am gonna go
I'm
and
not
be
going.
down
He's
bad.
trying to see some lady boys.
Yay, Isaac and the Femboys. That sounds like a good band name.
Isaac and
Isaac and the
Isaac and the
Femboys.
damn, I gotta do it now.
Mariachi mariachi group. Isaac and the Femboys.
Fanboys del Norte.
No, freaking, I'll make it a rock band, bro. Like some hardcore shit. Damn, what's your name? Isaac and the Fat
We
Boys.
are Isaac and the Femboys.
1, 2, 3.
Dick.
Wait,
Our
is
first
he
hit,
allowed to
our
say
first
that?
hit single. Dick.
He's finna pop out. Fiend.
Tight shit. But yeah, no, we're gonna go see maid cafes, and we're gonna go do
not
maid
just
cafes.
maid cafes. Relax. There's gonna be other events too. Relax.
Well, I'm going there purely for that. They could go explore other stuff. I'm going for maid cafes.
I guess so.
And yeah, maid.
So
maid
if y'all
cafes.
watch the video and Isaac is missing it for like the big majority of it, y'all kind of already know where he went.
It's gonna be Josh alone while Alvaro and Isaac are fucking with the maids and the Femboys.
I'm just there. Damn, guys, look at all these like voice actors. Look at the anime figures. Check out this big old bowl of ramen. Wait a minute. Catch up to Isaac. So what y'all been doing?
Oh, you know, Femboys.
What is up with you fanboys, bro?
You and Femboys.
Bro, I remember sorry, this is gonna stay out topic. I know we should probably do
Hey,
the
I'm
outro.
trying to expose Isaac real quick. Let's
No,
go.
I'm saying like the time where like I think what was it during the party chats? Every time I said fanboy, I thought I was saying fat boy or some shit.
Oh no!
It's because
Let's
Josh
clear
would
it.
call me.
No, let's clear it. He will say femboy to me or to anyone else, and this guy took it as fat boy.
Listen how Josh says Femboy. Hey, shut up. Listen to how Josh says Femboy. Josh, say Femboy right now.
Hold on. Before anything, the funnier thing is he will say my little femboy. So
He would say my little
Julian,
boy
so
twink.
Julian will think it's my little fat boy twink.
Josh, say Femboy right now. No. Wait, just say it in a sentence. Hey, say I love Femboys.
This is staying in the podcast. Cut out whatever I said on that other stuff.
Okay. Julian's my little fanboy twink.
Did you hear that?
He does kind of slur his stuff, so yeah.
He's drunk.
I'm not drunk though. That's just my speech.
Say Femboy.
Fanboy.
With the little PlayStation 4 mic that he used to have.
I still have the same mic. What do you mean?
Shut up. PlayStation 4 controller that he used to have.
But yeah, no, and because he brought that up, we now call him his little fat boy twink.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
Bro, when?
Well, he calls you that.
I call you.
He's
that.
like behind your back.
Yeah, a little fat boy twink.
God, I think we're all like half dead right now.
Yeah. Let's call it there.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to call it there, guys. If y'all enjoyed this episode, I know we extended this quite a bit, guys. So I think that's gonna cut it for us. If y'all enjoyed this episode and y'all want to see Isaac, as I said, more frequent, I'll love to continue having him more on as a frequent guest.
Get voted out.
People like, no, we didn't like him.
People in the comments, and it's just me. I hate that guy.
Hey, we like the Marines better.
Get out. What is he talking about?
It's gonna be like Among Us. Yeah, that guy in the white shirt. Yeah, get him out of here.
Just because I'm white. I see how it is.
I said the white shirt. I didn't say anything about that.
See how it is.
Yeah, it was that guy right there.
We
Get
used to
out,
be
put him out.
on a prosperous country.
Okay. Anyways.
Until you.
Anyways, back to the topic. We're gonna catch you on the next episode. As I said, if y'all want to see Isaac more, and let us know. And again, like, we would love to have Isaac. If anything y'all want us to talk about next time, or anything y'all want to hear, or about our kind of takes about the Star Wars, again, I don't know anything about it, so their take, y'all let us know.
Tight.
And yeah, y'all got anything you want to say?
Nope.
Nothing.
Well,
All right,
we'll
then.
catch y'all next episode. Love y'all. Peace.
See you later.
Honestly, I don't think the audience is gonna pick that up. All right.
And I'll see you on the
the
next episode. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, we're gonna get copyrighted too.